So, James, thank you so much for sharing your story of your faith journey with us today. I'd love to just hear how it started. I know for you, it all started with the Alpha course. So, I wondered if you could just tell me how did you come to sign up for Alpha in the first place?
Yeah, thanks, Lydia. And no, I appreciate the opportunity to come and speak about my experience. I guess for me, I was raised in a Christian household, went to church as a young boy. Um, and then I think in my teenage years, just generally, as many people often do, kind of drifting away from faith. And when I was 19, I lost my dad. And that was a really big moment for me in my life where I felt, um, you know, I had a lot of questions about life, a lot of questions about faith. And at that time, it was a really difficult one and didn't necessarily feel like I had a lot of support from people that should have been there. So I think at the end of 2019, I did quite a lot of soul searching and was finding that the way in which I was going about it previously just wasn't giving me any help, really quite struggling with depression and low mood as well. And then at the start of 2020, I said, well, this is my year. I'm going to make a change in it. And was speaking to a friend, Barbara, shout out Barbara, and she was saying to me about how she goes to church and the kind of the benefit that gives to her. So, I'm always wanted to try new things, and I said to her, well, it'd be quite nice to join you for one weekend and go and experience the church. So she said, come along on a Sunday morning at 8. And I said, well, that's a bit too early for me. I don't think I can make Sunday at 8. And then she said, well, okay, how about Wednesday evening, come along to Alpha. They've got free food. Everyone's really lovely. And, it's just an opportunity to talk. And yeah, I think it was just what I really needed at the time. Really fantastic group of people there and helped me answer a lot of questions that I had.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us. So, how did you find Alpha in general? How did you find the talks and the small groups? And were there any moments that really were significant for you?
As I said, everybody that was there was really amazing. I'm still speaking even now, mid lockdown, with a few people on a weekly basis, and that's been, really shows just how welcoming everybody was. In terms of a memorable moment, I think there was one bit where we were looking at a picture with Jesus at a door, and there's a handle, and it's on the inside and not on the outside. And basically, it's saying that Jesus can't let himself into your life. You have to be willing to accept him in. You need to be willing to take that step. And obviously not everybody will. And what I liked a lot about Alpha was that it wasn't making you think a certain way. It wasn't forcing it down your throat. It's essentially, it was, open for discussion. Here's what we think. Here's what other people think. And I think that was quite nice because it opened it up for debate. It didn't say, if you don't think this way, you're wrong. And I think that's something that I missed when I was young in church.
That's awesome. So I spent a bit of time with you in your small group during Alpha, and I know that I noticed, like many others in your group, you went through a change during the course from probably how you saw God and faith at the beginning of the course to the end. What would you say is different about life now, about how you relate to God and Jesus, or how you view church? How has it changed things for you?
I think the way I approach life is, I look at it with more of a kind of a positive outlook. I think I'm more willing to accept that I can't necessarily do it all alone, and that I need to be able to reach out to people for support. Having faith is really given me strength at times when I've been at my lowest, and when I didn't have the energy necessarily to pick myself up. I found it somewhere, and I feel so blessed and so fortunate. Even in this really difficult time for a lot of people, I feel like I'm healthy, I'm safe, I'm much happier than I was. So it was the right place at the right time to have those conversations at Alpha, and it's all part of becoming a better person each day. So I'm really so grateful to Barbara for suggesting it, to you and everyone at Alpha for having those courses. And also been proud of myself for trying something new and venturing out and testing and challenging my own comfort zone and my beliefs and everything. So I would definitely recommend it to anybody that's thinking and isn't certain. Give it a try. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain.